This is the Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with Belle Finn, a wannabe comedian. That's me. So today has been such a tough day. It's my worst day since my surgery. I went to physio, and that's not really why it was causing me problem. It wasn't the physio, because she didn't really do much. She had a little look at what I'd been doing so far, and she's given me some more exercises. I don't know whether these are on top of what I'm already doing or whether they're as a substitute for some of what I'm already doing. So I've got to establish that, but I've got some. They were quite tough, I'll be honest. They're sort of load bearing, and I was a little bit uncomfortable. So I didn't feel that great, but it wasn't that bad. The bit that caused the problem was coming home. Horrible bus journey, so unbelievably hot. The Oyster card wasn't working, which was good. That meant I got a free trip. But I've got a feeling that whatever the Oyster is linked up to the aircon, because it was just stifling on this bus. And we were stuck in traffic and it was horrible, and my leg was just so painful. I not really had that much pain. I realised how lucky I'd been. And I was dreading getting off and walking back because I thought, oh God, it's going to be so bad. But ironically, actually getting off the bus and then walking back to my flat, it eased up. So it was obviously to do with being squashed and stressed and kids screaming and everything that goes with bus travel in London. I also woke up at 5 this morning, and I didn't go back to sleep because I left very early so that I wasn't going to be late. And I think I was just really tired because when I came home, I had lunch, and it was quite early. It was about 11 o'clock when I ate. And that was it. I was out for the count for 3 hours. As a consequence, I'm going to miss 2 sessions of my exercise that I would normally do. Ironically, go to physio and I do less exercise, but there you are. I will make up for it at some point, but the heat and everything, too much for me today. Mother visited this week. That was very pleasant. And I did some cooking. So she was jolly uncomfortable, I'm sure, with letting me do the cooking. But I insisted because I just want to get back and start doing some normal stuff. So I cooked a risotto because I can do a risotto from start to finish and have everything in the dishwasher within 20 to 25 minutes. And jolly and nice it was too. I think she was impressed. I think that was probably the maximum I'd want to stand cooking at the moment. So I was ready to sit down afterwards. But yeah, I was really pleased. It was nice to eat something normal, and my stomach thanked me. For those of you who've listened to Monday, you know I've had a few problems in that department. I will not say it's perfect, but that episode of my life is now over. We don't need to talk about it anymore. I do have a thank you. I have the sweetest and most lovely listeners. That's all I'm going to say. After my plea, my shameless plea for people to view my videos on YouTube, I noticed a little flurry. So people are looking at it, and I am eternally grateful. I really appreciate that. Stupid, isn't it? Little things that make you smile. I will be, I'm not sure whether I've told you this actually. I'm starting an animation course in October. So I intend to put a lot more animation on my YouTube. In fact, I was thinking about vlogging the whole course. So you get to learn what I get to learn, basically, and see how we go, because that'll be 9 months. So that'll be quite exciting, because then I can build up my video editing skills as well as my audio editing skills, which I don't think are that bad now. I'm sure that anybody who's an expert or even semi-expert despairs at some of the things I do. But I'm still learning. I think that only leaves one more thing to say, and that's that I really want to dedicate this podcast to my friend's husband, who sadly passed away at the beginning of the week. He was a wonderful man. And I say this with a little wry smile because I didn't actually meet him. It sounds daft, doesn't it? But I feel I know him so well because I met this friend in lockdown, and we have spoken. Well, initially we had calls twice a week all through the lockdowns, and latterly it's been once a week. But we've kept in touch all that time. And I have actually met her in person, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now. But I never met Brian, her husband. But I did see him every time. He used to come in and say hello on the call, and he'd bring her a cup of coffee. And he was a lovely, lovely man. Lovely husband, wonderful father, and a tip-top copper. So I just want to dedicate this podcast to him. Much love and gratitude.